All right, people. So I want to talk about. I already made a video here on the DNC email leak, um, exposing the fact that the Democratic Party, the Democratic establishment, rigged the election for Hillary. I already made a video, but I want to talk about kind of the Democratic response, the Democratic Party establishment, Hillary Clinton response to this. So they're talking about how Russia is affecting our elections. First off, there's no, direct proof really to prove that Putin did it. So to make that accusation is bullshit. And even if Putin did, that's not really even, that shouldn't even be the thing that we're focusing on. Who did the hack? We should be focusing on the message of the hack. What actually was in these emails. She's like, they're like, a foreign country shouldn't be influencing our elections. It's quite ironic she says that too when she's bought and paid for by not only, big conglomerates, big companies, but she's bought and paid for by foreign nations. I mean, fucking these Middle Eastern countries that treat women like shit, they treat them worse, way worse than we treat animals. I mean, to be quite honest. We treat fucking, our fucking cows better than they treat women. I mean, if a woman gets raped, they get in trouble. But I mean, you can't rape a cow here in America. So I mean, the point is those countries treat women, treat gays like shit, and Hillary's, accepting money from those countries to her the Clinton camp, the Clinton charity or whatever the fuck it's called. So, but she's like, Russia could influence our elections. No, it's not Russia influencing our elections. It's your corrupt behavior that's going to influence the voters' decision here. It's not Russia. It's what's actually in the emails that's, it's the corruption, Hillary. Don't fucking blame Russia for it. We should be focusing on the corruption at hand. We should be focusing, on what's actually in those emails. They won't address the fact that those emails actually showed that the DNC was rigging this for Hillary. They won't talk about that, but they want to distract from the main point at hand. And they want to focus on, they make a connection, they're trying to connect Trump and Russia, like, they're conspiring. When Trump has no connections to Putin whatsoever, I mean, it's ridiculous. How much they're trying to, it's like I watch, interviews of Trump or Paul Manafort on CNN or whatever the fuck, and they're like, does Trump have any connections to Russia? Instead of, asking him maybe like, well, the DNC email leak showed, or the Democratic email leak showed that, Bernie was rigged, Bernie was fucked over. What do you think about this, Trump? They don't, they won't talk about that, will they? Because it's the Clinton News Network there at CNN. So, it just shows you how biased these news, you might, the difference between me, and a news company like CNN is, like myself, I admit I have a bias. I like Donald Trump. But like, you watch these news companies that are, CNN, whatever, that are supposed to be biased, giving us an equal view of what's going on. I watched them cover the polls. They only cover the polls that show Hillary leading. When Trump goes up in the polls, they don't cover it. That's biased. That's bullshit. They'll fucking take something that Trump did that's like 1/100th of what Hillary did and attack him 100 times more. I mean, they just let Hillary Clinton get away with lying over her email scandal. I like how Trump's like, well, now it's kind of a double email scandal with Clinton. I mean, they just let her get away with it. She lied multiple times about her emails. But that's okay. But Trump, we got to attack Trump for saying that, well, that he's made sacrifices too. Referencing that Muslim soldier who died, or talking about, maybe the mother wasn't allowed to speak because of the culture, a culture that, the mother of that dead soldier, Khan, I think the name is, which all he said was could. or bringing up the fact that the judge might have a bias when, I mean, it's pretty fucking obvious. I mean, just questioning the fact that then you're called racist. I mean, well, obviously the judge might have a bias. Everybody has a, like I said, I have a bias. I like Trump. Every fucking person has a bias. We're human fucking beings. So, I could go on and on about these, attacks against Trump, most of which are bullshit. I mean, if I were to attack Trump, I would. There's shit I don't like about Trump. I didn't like when he said, "Well, I would attack the families of terrorists. Or I would kill the families of terrorists." Maybe he meant something different, but that's a really radical view to have. To kill a family member of a terrorist who did nothing wrong. He said some, I disagree with him on torture. So there are, things to attack him with, but, they make him out to be like the devil. They make him out to be like Lucifer, when the real Lucifer is Hillary Clinton. And like I said, the media is so biased, and this just proves how dumb the Democratic Party is, trying to turn the tables here and make it, Russia's influencing our elections. No, we should be focusing on the corruption in the Democratic Party and how corrupt it is and how we could never fucking have somebody like Hillary Clinton as president. I mean, we have to vote for Trump. I mean, this isn't like we got Bush versus Clinton or Bush or McCain versus Obama. We got the fucking worst person, the Wicked Witch of Wall Street, whatever you want to call her, Hillary Clinton, one of the most corrupt people probably ever, versus, somebody who is independent in Trump. If you look at his policies, I think they're, a lot of them are very good. He's his own man. He loves this country. He wants to, make it great again. He's not bought and paid for. He's going to do what he thinks is going to make America great again, not what some companies or some foreign countries want. So I don't get how you cannot fucking vote for Donald Trump. I mean, he is the clear, independent. He is the clear guy who's going to make America great again. So there you go, people. There's my thoughts on that.